Welcome to Morning Joan, your daily dose of entertainment news and gossip. I'm your host, Joan, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into the latest scoop. We've got a lot to cover today, but first, let's talk about some exciting chart-topping news. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter isn't the only one making waves. It looks like her album Cowboy Carter is getting a boost from her recent performances. The album has jumped back up the charts, and we can't wait to see what's next for Queen Bey. But that's not all. The Weeknd is also making headlines with his latest project, Hurry Up Tomorrow. The album is still going strong on the Billboard charts, and it looks like he's got a few more tricks up his sleeve. We'll be keeping an eye on this one, that's for sure. And speaking of Billboard charts, have you heard about the movie Sinners? It's a vampire historical musical film that's taking the world by storm, and its soundtrack is killing it on the charts. The song Will Ye Go? Lassie Go has just debuted at number 10 on the World Digital Song Sales chart, and we can't get enough of it. But what's really interesting is that this isn't the first time a song from Sinners has made it onto the charts. Last week, Rocky Road to Dublin debuted at number 3, and now it's risen to number 2. It looks like the music from this film is really resonating with audiences, and we can't wait to see what's next. We'll be talking more about Sinners and its chart-topping success later in the show, but for now, let's just say that it's definitely one to watch. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, what are you even doing with your life? We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan. I hope you're all having a fabulous day so far. We've got a juicy topic to dive into in this segment, and it's all about the latest antics from Saturday Night Live. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, why are we still talking about SNL? And my response is, why not? It's still one of the most iconic shows on television. And let's be real, it's always good for a laugh, or a cringe. So, last week's episode featured a rather interesting sketch with host Walton Goggins, where he played a flirtatious waiter who had a thing for middle-aged moms. Now on the surface, it sounds like your typical SNL fare. A bit of slapstick humor, some witty one-liners, and maybe a few awkward moments. But, as our friend Julie Beck from The Atlantic pointed out, there's actually something quite problematic going on beneath the surface. It seems that the sketch was trying to subvert the stereotype that middle-aged women are undesirable, but it ended up reinforcing it instead. I mean, think about it. The joke is that this waiter is being ridiculous for finding these frumpy old moms attractive. It's not like this show is actually saying, hey, older women can be sexy and desirable too. No. It's more like they're poking fun at the idea that anyone would find them appealing. And it gets even worse when you consider the other sketches from the same episode, where they're making jokes about moms being clueless about sex, or only caring about their kids. I mean, come on. SNL. Can't we do better than that? It's like they're saying that motherhood and sexuality are mutually exclusive, which is just not true. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, it's just a comedy show, don't take it so seriously. But here's the thing, comedy has power. It can shape our attitudes and perceptions about certain groups of people, and if we're not careful, it can perpetuate harmful stereotypes. So let's all take a deep breath and think about what kind of messages we want to be sending out into the world. Can we have a little more nuance, please? A little more respect for our fabulous older women? And with that, I'd like to leave you all with some food for thought. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We're wrapping up today's show with a look at what's happening in the world of entertainment. If you're a fan of Marvel, you'll be excited to know that Thunderbolts is still going strong at the box office. The film has grossed over $272 million worldwide, with $143 million of that coming from international territory. And it's not just Marvel fans who are celebrating. A Minecraft movie has surpassed $900 million in ticket sales, making it the highest-grossing Hollywood movie of the year so far. But what's really impressive is the staying power of Sinners, a horror movie that's still scaring up audiences after 4 weeks in theaters. The film has grossed over $283 million globally, with $214 million of that coming from North America. It just goes to show that when it comes to movies, there's still nothing quite like a good scare to get people talking. And speaking of movies, Disney's CEO Bob Iger is saying that Thunderbolts is the first and best example of Marvel's new movie strategy. Apparently, the company had lost its focus by making too many movies. But Thunderbolts is a return to form. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the year plays out, but for now, it's clear that Marvel is still a force to be reckoned with. In other news, there are some exciting new projects on the horizon, including a Halloween-themed Shaun the Sheep movie and a documentary about Sean Diddy Combs. And if you're a fan of video games, you might be interested to know that Nintendo is working on a new Switch console, although it's not expected to be a major upgrade. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay fabulous!